So now we saw how this and then that's what I was trying to tell you. So this is the condition value. So this is the price of the individual piece. So into 5 we get this value, and to this value this absolute discount of 100 is getting reduced, and again to this value this discount gets reduced, and finally we get the net value 4566.41, and to this 4566.21 the output tax is 15%. So this is the value of 15% of 4566.41 is 684.97, which gets added to this. So then this is how the final value. So we have some cash discount here, 2%. So this will not get applied here. Because this is statistical, these conditions are statistical conditions, so it will not be used in this calculation of this price. So this is about the header discount and the line item level conditions. So how they behave we have seen. So now let us go further and see how do we create condition records. So we saw that there is a transaction VK11 which we are using to create specific condition records. So it can be any such thing. So we can create a condition record for this customer, or we can create it for any other customer as well. So let us try for this customer for this material. Let us say that we will create a condition record. Customer does not exist. How come? Yes, 50. Okay, so let us try to create a condition record for this customer, and for these two materials we will create. So this is the price. So here you see the validity period. So let us try to change the validity period to reflect to this year's. So this is you can go and create scales as I showed you yesterday. Then here you can go and change the validity period here. So if you want to change the amount, you can go and select here, and you can change the amount after you have created. So now we have created this condition records. These condition records are now saved. So this is one way of creating condition record. So it will not be the case that there will be only one or two set of condition records that will exist in the system. So for your everyday operations, there could be some thousands and thousands of orders getting created, and there could be thousands of customers who exist, and some thousands of materials would be existing. So it is not advisable for you to go and manually create a condition record every time. So manually you cannot go to VK11, create condition record individually for every customer or every material depending on the key combinations. So that is really a time consuming process to do that. So in order to simplify our work, what SAP has proposed is there is a specific transaction which we can use to create conditions in mass. So you can go to logistics, sales and distribution, master data, conditions. Here you can see there are options to create with different transactions to create conditions. So here you go to VK31 or VK32 or VK33, which is the create, change and display. and VK34 we can create it with a template. So let us look at how this work. So VK31 you can go. If you go here, you have this create condition record, and you can select this folder. It goes into the different condition types that we discussed. They can be price conditions, discounts or surcharge conditions, freight conditions, taxes, and other conditions which we can create by customer, by material, or by customer hierarchy. So here, if you want, you can create it with prices. You can create discount or surcharge conditions by customer, by material. All these are the key combinations. On freight, you have different options, and taxes, you have different options. So now let us look at how to create a price, material price. So we will select this option. Here you see the key combination is sales org, distribution channel, and material. So here, if you go, it will be only with material because it is a material price. So you can go and put your condition type. So for example, PR00, and for which material you want to create, and you can give the amount, and it will select this, and you can change the validity. So this is one option where we can go and create the material specific condition record for this condition type. So now this is, we can save this entry. So now if you want to change something, so now in, like, you can go to VK32. There again you can go to prices. So now material prices. So here you can go and look at how this is. So now let us assume that there are here you can go and change the amount as per your wish. If you want to change the amount here after you have created the condition record, you can select this line here, and you can go and change the amount here. So if you are, it is a percentage, then you can change the percentage. If it's an absolute amount, you can change it from 100, you can change it to 150, and you can copy. So the base old is 100, now it has added 150, so it has become now 250. So this amount, whatever you change, it becomes, it's added to the old amount, and condition rate is increased by 150. So now you can save this. So this is one way of changing the value. There is another way where we can change the validity period. So you can select this, you can go here and change the validity period. So valid from and valid to, this is the original thing. Now you can change it to, now this copy date, now it will get copied. So the valid to date is now changed from 2022 to 2021. Likewise, you can save this. Now there is another option where we created the conditions at level of customer. So by customer, you can select. So for this customer, we have created conditions. Let us look at what are the conditions that are created for this customer. So it will run one pricing report at the background, and it will regenerate that, and then we can go and again select this, and we can look at the conditions. So we have two conditions that for two materials we had created for this customer. So if you want to do it, the validity, you want to change it in mass, then you select both, give the change validity, so it will get changed in mass. So likewise, if you have some 1,000 conditions also, all these 1,000 will display here. You can select everything, select all, and you can go and you can change it, and then you can save it. So this is one way of doing it. So then we have something called create with template. So here also we have some options. So here you see it has listed down all the conditions. So here you can select all the materials. So you want to copy this condition and you can create a new condition. So for example, if you want to copy this condition, you can select this. So what would be the targets, the material description and the target material. So you want to copy this condition into a new condition. So now for new material you want to create this condition, you want to copy it into a new material. So let us assume this is the materials, new material. Now you can execute this. So this will get the existing condition which existed for P5, this 578 material would get copied into our new material. So you can look at that. I don't know, some error has happened. You can select this, select rule. You can copy this to this material. Now this condition, exactly the same value gets copied into your new material. So here you can change the price or whatever you want. So instead of 859 you put 100, then you can save. So this is one way of easily copying the existing condition record and creating your new condition record. So this is about it, how it works. So whatever you see here, the prices or all these folders, this is called as the area menu. So you can go to environment and you can go and see assignment area menu. So this is COND_AV is the area menu which displays all these things. So you can create your own area menu as to how you want the conditions or the tab here, the folders to look like. So you can go and create new entry. You can create your own area menu. So you can create, like for example 22. So I created one more area menu and I have assigned it to my username. So you can save this. So COND_AV is the standard area menu which displays this condition maintenance screen. So now I created my own area menu. So next time when it opens, it will open in that area menu. Let us see how it opens. Okay, now you can assignment area menu. You have these area menus. So you don't have any details here, like so you will not be able to see that clearly, but this is how you can create your own area menus. You can assign it against your name. So this is the condition maintenance screen where you have different options to go and create your own condition records. You have the different options. Individually you can create it in mass, you can change it in mass, or you can copy one condition record into another. All these are possible options. So any doubts on how to go about this condition record maintenance?
No, sir. Sir, I have one doubt on that discount
Tell me.
condition record. That K0071.
Okay.
K007.
Okay. What is the issue?
Issue means, sir, I'm not getting the clear idea about on which basis, on which scale basis the amount, the discount amount will be reflect. Means, see, as we seen yesterday, that
Mm-hmm.
when there is a scale value, we put some three scale values.
Mm,
That is 100.
mm,
For 100, we given 2% discount per unit.
mm, mm,
Oh no, it's not per unit. The percentage unit. Okay. And for 1,000, we have given 3%, and for
mm,
5,000, we have given 5%.
mm,
So, see, for for any such material,
mm,
if suppose uh, I'm entering the 10 pieces in the order,
mm,
sales order.
mm.
So, how much discount it will appear for that material?
Discount. So, for example,
Hmm.
the discount gets calculated based on the condition based value as a percentage. Now, for example, let us create one condition discount K007, which is
Hmm.
a customer discount. So now for this customer, let us assume that for this customer, you are giving a discount of 2%. Okay.
Hmm.
So 2% is the discount. Now, if we go to scales, and we will see that the scale value. So now if the value of the order is 1000, then the discount would be 2%. So if the value of the order is 2000, from 2000 the discount will be 3%. So if it is value of order from 3000, the discount would be 4%,
5%.
something like this. Then you save this. Now you will create an order for this customer. And for any material you can create. So now what happens if you go and select the condition at the line item level? The condition value is now 8,334.
Hmm.
It means that it has crossed the 3,000 limit. So now you can see whether K007, why this K007 is not come here. Oh, okay. If you can go to analysis, and we can see why K007 has not been picked up. Customer condition record is missing. Why condition record is missing here? We created, right?
Hmm.
Okay, we created with distribution channel 12, 10. So from 1000 it will be 2%. From 2000 it will be 3%. From 3000 it will be 4%. Let us save this. Now let us go and try to update our Okay, it is not working. See, it has picked 4%. Why did it pick 4%? Because the condition value is exceeded 3,000. So from
3,000. Yeah.
3,000, the discount what we have proposed is 4%. So
Percent.
4% discount of this value. So 4% of this value, it is reduced. Okay. And this is the price that it has arrived at.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay, fine. So this is about how you set the discounts and this concept of condition creation. Are you clear with that? How you create condition records using this option of VK31.
So what is the major difference between VK11 and VK31?
VK31, you have different options to do that. So you cannot, you can copy the condition records. You can change condition records in mass. You can create it in mass. So all these options are available in VK31. Whereas in VK11, it is an individual condition record. So if you go to VK11 or VK12, go to VK12 and put the condition here, you can execute and see this, but like it will not give the overall picture like how we can look at this, because here you have to go and put your particular condition type. You have to select the key combination. All these formalities are there, but in the case if you go to VK31, it is providing you all the information here, right? In the condition maintenance, it gives all the different ways in which you can create your condition. So in whichever way you wanted to create. So if you want to create a discount or a surcharge condition by material, it will select this. You select this and it will open up the option which is already existing in the system, but you don't need to put any um, condition on your own. So here if you go and select this, it will just ask you for the condition type and you can put the material and you can put the amount. This is like a template which you use to create condition records. This is just a fast entry. They are calling this as a fast entry screen. This is yet another option that the SAP has given for us to create condition records, nothing else. In either way, if you are comfortable using VK11 also, it is fine.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so now let us look at what is the different or the special condition types that exist in the system. So what are the different special functions? So here we have different type of conditions that we will discuss here. So one is the group condition. So what is a group condition and how it works? So now in the condition type definition, yesterday we have seen, for example, if you go to our header discount, again going back to the old example, header discount, we have two type of header discounts, RB00. So if you go to RB00 and select this in the details, here you have this group condition tab. So here the group condition is not checked here, and there is no group condition routine that is assigned. It means that this is not a group condition. On the other hand, you can go to HB00. Okay, and you select and go to the details. Here you see that it is marked as a group condition. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
this is a group condition. What is the difference between a normal condition and a group condition is that a normal condition you will get distributed individually in the line items, whereas a group condition will consider the entire value and it will distribute that entire value proportionately amongst its line items. So that is the difference between a normal condition and a group condition. So if a condition is marked as group condition, then for example, um, see the condition base value. Now we saw what is the base value. Now in the previous example of HB00, we saw what is the base value. So depending on that base value and the individual items condition base value. So the base value, the total condition base value of the order and the individual condition base value, depending on that, the system will distribute the discount or the discount value or the discount percentage amongst the line items. So that is the reason why we have a condition as a group condition. So if you don't have it as a group condition, it will consider that discount or the value for each line item, it will consider the same value. But if it is a group condition, it will proportionately, it will split the value amongst the line items. So there are different options here, group conditions with varying keys as well. So now what will happen in this case where you have a group condition routine 3 which is assigned. So group condition 3 is how it works, we can see. So here you have a condition record K005 for K005 condition type, discount condition type. You are maintaining a condition record for material M1. The discount is $8 per piece from 0 pieces, and from 10 pieces onwards the discount would be $15 per piece. And you have another condition record for M2 material. So same we are having here, from 0 piece it will be $5 per piece, and from 10 piece onwards the discount will be $20 per piece. So this is how you maintain two condition records of K005 for two different materials. Now we have activated group condition routine 3, which means it will work with varying keys. Now when we process the order, M1, let us assume the quantity is 3 pieces, and M2 the quantity is 7 pieces. So the system, it will cumulate the values. 3 plus 7 is now 10. So now it will only take discount of this 10 piece only. It will not take discount of $8 per piece or $5 per piece for these two materials. So it will cumulate this total quantity into 10, and it will consider $15 per piece means $150 is the so $15 per piece is the discount. So it will be 3 into 15, $45, and here it is $20 per piece is the discount. So for 7 pieces it will be $140 the discount. So this is how the group condition with varying keys work. So you have the group condition routine 3 which you need to assign in order to activate this kind of a functionality. Are you clear on this?
Yes, sir.
About others?
Yes, sir.
So we have three different formula here. So formula 1, formula 2, and formula 3. So here formula 1 adds the quantities or values for all the line items in the sales document that have the same condition type as the group condition that is currently being processed. And formula 2 will add the quantities or values of all the line items in the sales document irrespective of which condition types have been applied. And formula 3 will add the quantities or values of all the line items in the sales document that has the same material group. So it works based on material group. So if the materials you enter for some 4 line items, if you enter, and if all the 4 lines in that 2 line items the materials belong to the same material group, only those 2 quantities would get accumulated. It will not consider the other 2 which has a different material group. So material group will be assigned in the material master. So depending on the material group, the materials will be grouped and the quantities will be summed up for the discount. So these are the different formulas which you can assign in the group condition routine. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us look at exclusion of conditions. So during the condition type definition, we have seen condition records creation. There was an option to exclude the conditions. So I'm not sure how many of you have seen that. So here in the condition record creation, so now you have 2 records existing for the same customer, one with this validity period and another with this validity period. So here if you want how the system to calculate, so if you want the system to, if you do not consider the first record, you can place the exclusion indicator here. So here you can place the exclusion indicator. So why you want to exclude that? So you can place that exclusion indicator and the system will not consider that particular record. So exclusion of conditions means that. So conditions can be linked to requirements. A requirement can evaluate the condition exclusion indicator, and if this indicator is set, it will ignore that condition. So the exclusion indicator can be set either in the condition type or in the condition record. So here you can see the exclusion indicator at the condition record level. Similarly, we can also have an exclusion indicator at the condition type level also. So you can go to the condition type. So any condition type you can choose K007. You can also see the exclusion indicator at the condition type level. So here you have the exclusion here. So here also you can maintain it, this exclusion indicator. So if you maintain this exclusion indicator, then the condition records for this condition type will not be considered for the price calculation. So it can be set either at the condition record level or at the condition type level. So that is what it means. And now let us go into another important concept of comparing the condition types. So how we can compare the condition types. So now for example, you have some 2 discount types or 3 discount types that are set for a particular customer or a material. So now let us assume that for this customer TS50 A0 A21 for example, for this particular customer you have created 3 discount conditions. You maintain 3 discount condition records, one for K005, another for K007, and another discount like K029 or any other discount. So for this particular customer alone, you have set 3 different condition records for discount. So one with 5%, another with 3%, another with 10%, like that. So now all the 3 condition records would get picked up when you create the sales order for this customer. But if you keep on giving discounts in that way, then what would happen? The order value will tend to go into negative in some cases. So if you have some, I'm just talking about an example where you have only 3 discount records. So if you have a discount record, some 10 or 20 discount records you have created, discount condition records for one particular customer. And when you create an order, if all the 10 or 20 discount condition records gets applied, what would happen? The order will go into negative. So which is not that you want. You want the system to pick up the appropriate discount conditions based on the settings. So which is the best possible condition discount, or which is the least favorable or the most favorable discount that it has to pick up. It cannot pick up all the discount condition records and lead the value of the order into a negative. So that is not desired. So how to handle this kind of a situation? So SAP has proposed something called the condition exclusion procedure. So where we see this condition exclusion procedure, can go to SAP reference IMG and can go to sales and distribution, basic functions, pricing, condition exclusion, condition exclusion for group of condition. So here what you need to do is you need to maintain a you need to create a condition exclusion procedure, and that procedure you need to assign the condition types to that particular procedure. So now what we can do is, first we can define our exclusion groups. So you can create exclusion group. So this is one exclusion group 0001. This is another exclusion group 0002. So likewise you can create exclusion groups, and to this exclusion group you need to add your condition types. So you can add these condition types, like these discount condition types you can add it to this group, and these two you can add it to this group too. So likewise they have added a few conditions to one group and a few conditions to the other group. Now we need to add these groups into our procedure. So you can go here. So you have these procedures, exclusion procedures, or so these are the procedures. So for example, so this is the first standard pricing procedure. So into this pricing procedure, you can add your exclusion groups. So this is one exclusion group. This is the second exclusion group, and you can add any number of exclusion groups which you have created. You can add them, and here you have the comparison procedure. Now what this comparison procedure means, so there are different comparison procedures. So how they work is based on this setting you place it here. So now if you, for example, if you place the setting of A here, it means best condition between condition types. So within the exclusion group, you have some 5 or 6 conditions. So all are discount conditions. So it will take the best condition. So best condition not for the customer, it is for business. So giving 1% discount is best for us, and giving 10% discount is best for the customer. So it will select which is the best condition amongst the discount condition types. It will select the best condition. There is another option called B, which will say best condition within the condition type. So within one condition type K005, you have some 6 records you maintained. and with different percentage of discount. So it will select the best condition. Within that condition type, it will search for the best condition record. There is another option C, which will compare two exclusion groups. So in this first line, you see you have assigned only one exclusion group. So you can have the option of assigning another exclusion group. So it will start to compare between this exclusion group and this exclusion group. It will compare and it will pick the best condition. And another option D, which will pick the exclusive conditions only. It will not consider any other condition. Then we have similarly E, F, and L, which will pick the least favorable condition. So it could be the condition which is having the most discount, which is not favorable. So, but still we have this option of having least favorable condition amongst the condition types. And F will be the least favorable condition within a condition, least favorable between the two condition exclusion groups, and L will be the least favorable between condition types. So these are the different comparison procedures that are present within the system. So essentially, condition exclusion works based on condition exclusion groups. We need to create condition exclusion groups. You have to assign the condition types to those exclusion groups, and these groups should be added to your procedure with a comparison procedure. So based on this procedure, the system will try to understand how the condition has to be accorded into the sales document, on what basis. So how the comparison should work, whether it has to compare within the condition type all the records, or it has to compare amongst the other condition types, or within two exclusion groups. So whether it has to select the most favorable record or the least favorable record. So all these kind of settings, you can place it inside the comparison procedure. So any doubts on this so far?
No, sir.
So then we have certain conditions called as condition supplements. So supplement conditions are, example is like if you have created a condition as a supplement condition, then what would happen is whenever you are triggering some condition, like for example PR00, whenever that condition gets triggered, you maintain some supplement conditions against them. So whenever PR00 gets triggered, these supplement conditions also will get triggered automatically. So these supplement conditions does not have any access sequence, but just they are maintained within the underlying condition record for condition type PR00. So for example, whenever we created a condition record for price condition, we had seen an option of condition supplements. So let us go to change mode. So PR00, whenever we are trying to create a condition record, so you can go here and select. So for this, what we can do, we can give some material M03, M05, and giving some amount as 10. And if you want to have some condition supplements that should get triggered always whenever PR00 gets triggered for this particular customer and material, you can go and create condition supplements for this customer. I'm just trying to look at where we maintain the supplement conditions. Yeah, sorry. Here you can maintain your supplement conditions. So whenever PR00 gets triggered for this particular customer TS50A21 and for this material, you can always ensure that K007 is not in procedure. Okay. Condition types are not there in the procedure. K00. Okay. So whenever you want, so whenever PR00 gets determined for this customer and this material, you will see that this Ka00 also automatically gets determined. So you don't need to maintain a separate supplement condition. So now let us try to test this by creating an order. For M05, quantity is 100. Now let us go and check the conditions and see whether Ka00 is got. See now PR00 got determined. Immediately Ka00 also got determined because it is maintained as a supplement condition. Okay. Are you clear?
Sir, during the exclusion, there is one B type, like we can maintain the one condition type inside or within another condition type. How to do that during the exclusion?
Exclusion procedure, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you wanted to check on that?
There is option we choose, like B option is there, that we
Okay,
can assign.
One second. You are talking about the comparison procedure, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 second. We'll go and look into that. Basic functions, pricing, condition exclusion, condition exclusion, pricing procedures. You're talking about this B, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, what ideally happens is between condition types and within condition type, there is a difference. So A means what will happen, it will take two condition types and it will try to figure out which is the best condition amongst all those condition types. So here you have maintained exclusion group 0001. Inside that exclusion group, you will have some 5 or 6 condition types. Okay. So the system will try to pick up the best condition type amongst that 5 or 6 and the condition record maintained for that particular condition type will get picked up. Whereas if you go to B, what it will do, it will select only one condition type and within that condition type, it will try to search for the best condition record.
Yes, sir. But
So it is the difference. Basically, here the search will happen within the condition type. There the search will be a broader search. It will try to look at all the condition types and it will pick up the best one. But in case of B, it chooses only one condition type and within that it will start looking for the best condition record. It will not compare with other condition types. So if you have some K005, K007, K00 like that, if you have something, it will pull one condition and inside that what are the records, it will try to compare all those records.
okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. So then we saw what is a condition supplement. So any doubts on that condition supplement?
No, sir.
Okay. So then we will look at other special condition types. So we have manual pricing conditions like HM00, for example. So here, if you want to add a value manually in your sales document, then you can use this manual pricing condition type HM00. So header condition type HM00 allows you to enter the order value manually. The system then distributes the new order value proportionately between the items, taking into account the previous net item value. System determines taxes again for each item. So although if PR00 gets determined automatically, if you don't want that to be considered, then you can enter HM00 manually. Once that is entered, the PR00 will become deactivated. And this HM00 will get proportionately distributed amongst the line items based on the previous value of the PR00. So for example, in the sales order, you already have PR00 determined automatically because of our condition record. Now if I go and enter HM00 at the header level, now if I, for example, let me go and enter HM00 some 1000 value, then what would happen? If you go to the header and you need to activate this, once you activate it, you see all these become inactivated. It went into yellow. Only this is now active. So this 1000, based on the previous price distribution amongst the items, this will get proportionately distributed in case if there are two lines. So it has distributed now. It has got 1000. Since there is only one line, the entire line has got this value of 1000. So other conditions have been discontinued or deactivated automatically. So this is the manual effect of adding this HM00 manually in the sales document. Then we have something called the net price. So net price means the condition type PN00 allows you to specify the net price for the item manually. The system deactivates the original conditions. This is also similar to HM00, but it is an item condition. PM00, PN00 is an item condition. So once you add this at the line item level, so what we can do now, we can go to the header and remove the HM00. So you can remove this. Now others become activated. Now at the line item level, if you want to have a similar effect of HM00, you can go here. You can add PN00. So the net price you wanted to add. So net price you wanted to add only 500 should be the net price you have decided. Then you can see that the net price has now become 500 into 10, 5000. And these are getting deactivated automatically once this is activated. So this is the effect of having PN00. And then we have another condition called minimum order value. So if you want to have a minimum order value, then you can add these conditions. So you can create a minimum value for each order by using condition type AMIW. If the value in the order header is less than this minimum order value during pricing, the system uses the minimum value as the net order value automatically. So minimum order value is a statistical condition. So what would happen is we have this AMIW is a group condition, as I told, as like a HB00, like the wise it is a group condition. So we can maintain this minimum value condition record, and once the order gets created, and if the order's value is less than this minimum value, then that conditions would get deactivated and this would get activated automatically. So that is how this works, because you need to have a minimum order. So if the order's value goes less than that, then the system will automatically consider this AMIW. And similarly, we have AMIZ as well. So these both are used as a minimum order value conditions. So here you see minimum order value surcharge. So these both conditions is what we are discussing. So we can maintain condition records for this. So here you see it is a group condition. Similarly, this is also a group. This is not a group condition. So this is the difference between AMIW and AMIZ. One is a group condition, another is a not a group condition. So in case if the order's net value is less than that, then these conditions would get triggered. So now here you can see the example. So order header, you see, then the condition value that was maintained for AMIW is 200 and AMIZ is the value is 40 is maintained. So what would happen here is, for example, if the net item value automatically it got determined as 160 means, then the system will propose this 200. It will deactivate this and it will propose this 200 as the value. And this 200, it gets distributed proportionately based on the net item value. So the net item value earlier was 160. So for 200, it will calculate the value. For here it was 100 means 100 by 160 into 200. Likewise, it will calculate here 60 by 160 into 200 and it will arrive at this value, proportionate values it will distribute. So this is about minimum order value condition type. Then we have minimum price condition, PMIN. So you maintain a condition record for PMIN for material, and once this minimum price, you can create a minimum price for a material using condition type PMIN. If the minimum price is not met during pricing, the system determines the difference by using the condition type PMIN. So if the minimum price is not determined, then the system will calculate it automatically. See, now the minimum price you maintained is 1,500, and here you can see this price what got determined is 1,600, and on top of that they gave a discount of 160. So 1,600, okay, minus 160 will be less than the minimum price of 1,500. It will become 1,460, right? So now the system will adjust that and it will bring up the value. So the difference, in case if they give 100 as the discount, then only the price will become 1,500. So then only the minimum price will be met. So the difference is 60. So it will consider that as the difference and it will propose the net minimum value as 1,500. Then we have something called the scale pricing. So interval scales you can maintain if the condition type is set to scale type D in customizing. So how the scale prices work. So condition record PR02 is an example of scale pricing or the interval pricing condition type example. So now PR02 you can maintain a condition record like up to 110 pieces the price would be $5 per piece, and up to 20 it will be 4, and up to this 999 pieces it will be $3 per piece. Now we create an order for item M1 for 25 pieces. So what would happen for the first 10 pieces, it will take price as $5 per piece. So it becomes 50 for the first 10, and from 10 until 20 for the next 10 it will take the price as $4. So 10 into 4, 40. And for the last 5, price would be $3 per piece because it exceeds the 20. So it will be 5 into 3, 15. So put together, it will become 105. Are you clear about this? How the scale or the interval pricing works?
Yes, sir.
How about others?
Yes, sir.
Others? Kuldeep, Onkar.
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So you need to activate the condition. You need to set the scale type has to be set to D. So where is the scale type? So let us go to PR02 condition type. Here you can see scale type is set to D. So that is the difference. So if you want to graduate it to interval scale, so for the first 10 it will consider one price, and for the next 10 it will consider the other price, then for the next 5 it will consider this price, and it will add up the price. So if you want to have such a kind of calculation to happen, then you need to set the scale type to D. And this is PR02 is an example of this interval or the scale pricing. So then we have something called the customer hierarchy pricing. So what is a customer hierarchy and how to set the prices according to the customer hierarchy? So customer hierarchy is nothing but you have one particular customer at the top of the node. You call these as the nodes. This is all the nodes. This is one node. This is another node. This is another. This is another. So you have one customer called Miller who is at the top of the node. So he is branched out into different nodes. So this guy Miller is branched into 8,200, 8,100. This 8,100 guy is branched into 8,120, 8,000. These are all the different customers which are part of this main customer 8,000. So whenever you apply a discount or you create a discount condition record for this main person, all these customers would also get that discount. So that is the how the customer hierarchy pricing works. Customer hierarchies enable you to create flexible hierarchies that reflect the structure of customer organization. For example, if your customer base includes multi-level buying groups, like your customer, for example, some customer X, he's having different offices, he's having in different regions, and all those regions are customers by their own. So they are also buying materials across the globe. So now if you propose or create a discount or some special price for that top level customer, that would get applied to all the lower level customers as well. So now how do you create a customer hierarchy is like you can create customer master for each node, and you have to assign the nodes to each other and assign the customer master records to the relevant nodes. Now here if you see the hierarchy path, now this guy is related to this and this guy is related to this. Now whenever this customer 2743 is related to this customer hierarchy node. So now we are creating an order for this customer 2743. So it is directly, it is getting mapped to 8120, and 8120 belongs to this node 8100, and 8100 belongs to 8000. Now if you set a customer hierarchy condition record for this guy 8000, the same will get picked up for this customer 2743 because he is in this hierarchy path. Okay, so now if you agree for a price agreement is decided with the Miller buying group for a particular product line, you offer a discount that is valid for all regions and all offices in this particular buying group. So that is how it works. In addition, for this particular customer also you can create a condition. So only if you want to give discount only for this customer also, you can create a discount condition record or a special pricing record for this customer, but that will not get applied to the higher hierarchy customers. Hierarchy always flows from top to bottom, but you whatever record you create at the higher level will be applicable for all these guys at the lower level. But whatever any additional agreement or customer discount you create at the lower level will not flow back to the higher level. So it is a top down model. You understood this?
Yes, sir.
So now you see the hierarchy discount condition type HI01. So we can create a condition record for this, and you have created for Miller head office, you are given 5% discount, and Miller North, you are giving 8% discount. Now, whenever you create customer an order for this customer 2743, it belongs to which node that the system will check. So 8000 Miller head office is 5% and Miller North is 8%. Now, if I create this for here 2743, it goes to Miller North 8100 and then to 8000. So let us see how it is picked up. So it is directly, it is picking the 8% discount because it belongs to the higher level. So it always takes the agreement that got created at the higher level. So it picks up this condition record. So HI01 is an example of the hierarchy discount condition type. Then we have special condition types for offering discounts and surcharge. So discount is nothing but you are trying to give some lesser some offer or trying to reduce the price, but surcharge is something that you are trying to give you are trying to fine the customer or penalize the customer. So if they don't behave in a certain way, then they will be surcharged, or if they behave in a certain way, they will be be given a special treatment or a discount. So these two, how we maintain that, we will be seeing in this discount and surcharge conditions. Just give me a minute, I will be back.
Vivek. Hello, Vivek.
Hello, Saurabh. Hello.
Hello.
सरांना सांगून देऊ आपण. सर म्हणा
First.
ते स्क्रीनशॉट टाकू त्या कालच्या याचा कसला शेड्यूलचा त्या तिकडे
हा.
भरपूर दिवस आहे सर अजून आरामात
First नका करू म्हणून.
आरामात शिकतो. हे बघ टाकलं बघ.
17 तारखेपर्यंत नाही म्हणून. टेन्शन नका घेऊ म्हणून.
तुला कुठून काल सापडलं मला काही कळलं नाही. 10, 7, 8
अरे मग काय बोलला?
तारीख होती किती तारीख सांगितली तू? 11 काहीतरी बोलला होता ना? 10 काहीतरी बोलला होता.
नाही रे, म्हणजे काय मला माहिती होतं 13 तारीख, फक्त मग सॅटर्डे संडे आता ना, मग ते
हम्म,
लेक्चर टीचिंग मध्ये नाही पकडत ना आपण, म्हणून म्हटलं 9 ते 10 दिवस असं. ते धरून 13-14 तारखेपर्यंत जाईल असं, कारण की 15 तारीख धरली, 2 दिवस सॅटर्डे संडे जातात. किती होता? 5 दुनी 10, 9 ते 10 दिवस होतं. ते बरोबर 17 पर्यंत जातं असं.
तर किती दिवस मध्ये जातील? आज 1 तारीख आहे, आज शुक्रवार आहे बरोबर.
हम्म.
2-3 जाईल मध्ये.
अरे बरोबर 2 हप्ते पडतात मग, म्हणजे
हम्म.
परत सॅटर्डे संडे येतो.
ठीक आहे, आले आता, नाही आले सर का आले.
लॅपटॉप हल्ला असेल. विक्रांत आहे का झोपला?
झोपला.
Okay, guys. So we'll continue our discussion with the discount and surcharges. So we have different ways of offering discounts and surcharges to the customer. So first, let us discuss about the pallet discount KP00. So KP00 is called the pallet discount condition type. So if the customer is ordering, for example, in this order 1, there is 50 cartons, and in order 2, he is ordered 100 cartons, and in order 3, he is ordered 70 cartons. So all these 3 put together, it is going to go in one pallet. So the customer, we have created a discount of $5 per pallet. So here you can see that for 50 cartons makes up one pallet. So that is the conversion logic that has been maintained. So now this guy will get $5 discount because it is 50 cartons makes one pallet, and for one pallet we are giving a discount of $5. This guy will get a discount of $10. Why? Because it will be 2 pallets because it is 100 cartons. And this guy will get a discount of $5. Why? Because the next one is incomplete. Only 50 cartons for one pallet is satisfied. The other 20, it is not satisfying the requirement to make one pallet. So we are giving a discount of only $5 here. So this is how this KP00 works. Now incomplete pallet surcharge. Now if the customer is trying to order incomplete pallets, like if they don't want to order a full quantity which make up a pallet, then the pallet will become incomplete, and it will be an additional expense for us to ship that incomplete pallets. So we are trying to find the customer. So surcharge means you are trying to find them. So now for example, this condition record KP01 which say that if you have one incomplete pallet, you will be charged $50. So now here you say that it is first order is having 50 cartons. So there won't be any surcharge for this guy because he is satisfied with the condition of a pallet. In the second order, the customer is having 70 cartons, which is 50 plus 20. So 51 pallet is already satisfied. And there is one incomplete pallet here, which is the 20 carton. So he will be charged $50 additional for the incomplete pallet. Then we have something called mixed pallet discount. So now you are trying to combine two materials or two line items to form one pallet. So in that case, you will get a discount. So now here you can say that from one pallet, the discount is $10 and from second pallet, it will be $20. So now there are two materials here, M1 and M2. Now what happens is this first guy or the order for the first order will have two materials, M1, M2, 20 carton, 30 carton. So you are trying to mix both and make one pallet. So you will get a discount of $10. On the other hand, for the second order, you see this guy is having 20 cartons in the first line and 40 cartons in the second line. Put together, it becomes 60. So he will get 50 is one carton. So he will also get a discount of $10. So mixed pallet discount. So both he's trying to mix up and he is going to get a discount. On the other hand, surcharge for incomplete mixed pallet. So same what happens here, the surcharge you are trying to levy for one incomplete pallet will be 5. So here put together it makes one pallet, no surcharge. Put together it makes one complete pallet and one incomplete pallet. So for that incomplete pallet, he will be levied a surcharge of $5. That is one incomplete pallet here. So this is incomplete pallet, incomplete mixed pallet surcharge. Then we have something called the difference condition type. So in case of currency rounding, so how to handle the difference in the rounding amount. So that will be handled by this condition type DIFF. So if the order header, you have the net value as 67.25 Swiss franc and the tax is 10.08 and the final amount adding both will become 77.33. Now for this Swiss franc, we maintain a TCUR table, TCURR. There is one table which is maintained where you maintain the currency values, and there is another table T00, sorry, yeah, T001R, where we maintain the rounding rules. So and for this company code and for this currency, the rounding unit is 5, which means it has to end in 5. 77.33 will be rounded to 77.35. If you maintain the rounding unit as 0, then it would have become 77.30 instead of 35. So here the difference is, since the rounding unit is 5, the difference is 0.02. So that is the condition value that we applied in this case. So this diff condition will appear in that order when this kind of a rounding happens. Did you get this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Are everyone clear about this difference? So you should maintain the difference in this T001R table. The rounding unit should be either 5 or 0. Depending on that, the system will round up or round down the value, and the difference will reflect in the order as a DIFF condition type. So this is about DIFF condition type. So now we have completed the end of completed these different special condition types. Then moving on to statistical condition types. I already remember having told you what is statistical condition type. So statistical condition type will not be used for price calculation. This will only be used for report purpose. So there are some statistical condition types which you need to understand. So VPRS is one such statistical condition type which displays the cost of the product. So it will not be used in the price calculation. And there is another SKTO, which is a statistical discount condition type or the cash discount. That is yet another statistical. So it will also not be taking part in the price calculation. So these conditions, statistical conditions, has a different condition categories. So SKTO or the cash discount will have a condition category of E, and this VPRS will have a condition category of G. So by using condition category, what this VPRS will do is it will go to the material master. In the material master, if you remember, we maintained some standard cost or moving average cost in the accounting tab. So that is the actual cost of this product. So it will pick the value from that and it will display in the sales order. So that is what it will do. Now VPRS will always access the valuation segment of the material to determine either the standard cost or the moving average cost as specified in the material master. Now let us see how VPRS is getting determined in our order. So if we go here, so we can create one order VA01. And give the material. So now you can complete this. Now you can access the VPRS. Double click on this, go to conditions, and here you can see VPRS is 281.21 euro. So from where this 281.21 is coming, we can check. If you go here, go to analysis window, we can see what are the condition types that exist. So here can see VPRS amount copied from material valuation data. Okay, so what is the material valuation data? You can go to the material master. From here you can go to material master and go to valuation. So it will be counting 1. So here you see the moving price is 281.21. So that is the value that has been copied over to this. So the cost of manufacturing this material is 281.21 euro. But the price what you have maintained is only 10 euro. So you are already selling less. So this is a condition record that we have maintained. So you can maintain condition records according to that. So this is how this will get determined. So this cash discount of 3% SKTO will get picked up from the payment term. So you can go here and you can check what is the payment term for this order. See here you see ZB01 is the payment term, and what it says is ZB01, right? ZB01, it says 14 days. If the customer pays this within 14 days, he will get a discount of 3%. Sorry. So that is what it means. So that discount is what is applied here. So let us assume that this guy pays within 30 days. So he will be entitled for a discount of 3%. So that 3% is what you can see as a cash discount, which is at another statistical discount. So 3% of this price of 100 or 3% on this 11.39 is 3.4 is what it means. So SKTO is a cash discount statistical condition and VPRS is a cost condition which is statistical. So it uses condition category G. VPRS, you go to condition type definition, you will see that it has a condition category of G. So VPRS condition category is G, internal price. On the other hand, you can check SKTO. It will have a different condition category as E. So Based on this, it is proposing the discount from the payment term. Are you clear on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, Vivek.
Sir, does the VPRS condition type is by default apply for every material?
Yes, if you maintain the moving average or the standard average moving cost or standard cost, then it will get applied. You can try and check this. Whatever material you create order, VPRS will get picked up for that.
Okay. And sir, one more thing I want to tell you that yesterday you were asking for the schedule, means end of the date. I have posted one screenshot in the chat box right now. Means not right now.
What is that about? I didn't get you.
The end date of our
Yeah. Okay.
our timetable.
One second. Let me check.
Yeah.
Okay. You belong to which slot?
Sir, first one. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Oh,
slot A.
You are here, it seems. So you belong to slot A. Okay. So you started on 13th September, right?
Yes, sir. We started on 13th September.
Okay. So it ends on 17th October. Okay. Then it means that we have 2 more weeks, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So one next week and the next week. Okay. Okay. But in this particular week, we have some holidays, right? So we have this Dashara holidays on 15th and 16th, right?
Yeah, on 15th there is a Dashara.
Yeah. You don't celebrate Dashara, is it? You are thinking so much.
Yes. No, sir. I'm not remembering
Vivek
that.
will not celebrate.
He's
thinking so much
no,
whether to celebrate or not to celebrate.
Remember the exact
Vivek.
date. Yeah.
He's celebrating SD models.
Yeah, you can celebrate, Vivek. No harm in celebrating Dashara. Okay, it will not affect your SD training.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, yeah. So we will close before that. Don't worry. So we will target to close before 15th or 14th. Okay, so that you will have some time and you can also revise the concepts. So we will work out that schedule, because the next week we will try to close all these topics, and the last week we have, right, from 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. Maybe we can have some revisions or some group discussions on what and all we discussed so far. Okay, so that it will help you for preparing for certification and all. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So we have a few more concepts which we need to cover. So once we cover that, then we will look at the practicals, how you have progressed, and if any doubts, we can attempt to clear that as well. Okay. Okay, fine. So now you are clear about whatever the different special condition types that we discussed so far. So the last one is about the EDI 1 and EDI 2 conditions. So expected price. So we have something called customer expected price, which is yet another statistical condition. This will not be used in the calculation of prices. So what we can do is, order creation happens in multiple ways. One way is manually creating orders using VA01 transaction, which you are very well aware. And it is not that your customer will always send one mail or call you and ask you to create an order. They will send some electronic information which can be converted into a sales order in SAP. So that electronic information is called EDI, or electronic data interchange. So whenever such customer sends some electronic data information to you, we can convert that EDI also into sales orders. So we can have an interface with that sold to party customer, so they can connect to SAP and they can send some electronic messages which we can convert into sales orders. So what we can do is we can enter customer expected price EDI 1 or EDI 2. These are the two condition types which are used. We can either enter them manually in the sales order, or we can retrieve the price from the customer's IDOC or the intermediary document, which is the EDI, which we call it as the EDI. So they send some electronic information. Inside that you will have some price information. So that price information we can copy, or we can also put our EDI 1 price manually in the order. You can use condition type EDI 1 to compare the net price for each item. You can use condition type EDI 2 to compare the overall item value. So there are two such customer expected price conditions. One is EDI 1 and another is EDI 2. So EDI 1 will compare net price for each item, whereas EDI 2 will put the cost together, the value together, and it will compare. Now we have calculation formula 9 is assigned to EDI 1 and calculation formula 8 is assigned to EDI 2 in the pricing procedure. If the customer expected price differs from the automatically determined price or value by more than the maximum difference allowed, the system considers this order as incomplete when the order is saved. So now, for example, we have these two EDI 1 is one which compares the price at the line item level. So now, sorry. We will create one sales order. Now the system is automatically, it has determined the price for M05. If you see, based on the condition record, which is 449.90 per piece, it has determined this value. And for line item 2 also, it has determined 859 into 5, which is 4295. So now for this line item 10, for example, if we enter customer's expected price as EDI 1, some 5,000, for example, customer's expected price, for example, let us say 4,000, 4,000, let us say. Sorry, we'll say for piece we will say for example, customer's accepted price is 300, let us say. So this is the customer expected price. Now it will compare this with this. So now the customer's expected price and this is having a difference. Now what the system will do? So if the customer expected price differs from the automatically determined price or value by more than the difference allowed. So what is the difference allowed? We will maintain it in the calculation formula. So in those cases, based on that, the system it will render this order as incomplete. So see, it is trying to see the expected price. It is not meeting the expected price. So this order is rendered as incomplete. So it will not allow you to save the data. So on the other hand, this is at line item level. So overall, if you want to have this, then you can go to the header also and can propose EDI 2. I think we can do it at the order level. So if the expected price is less than this, then it will allow. So EDI 2, let us put some expected value is 8,000. Now it is less than this net value. It is ADI2 is performing the comparison at the value level, entire value, entire order value. Now if I try to save again, it will show as incomplete. So it is a customer expected price 10 and 20 for both. It will apply for both. So this is how the customer expected price condition type works. So inside the pricing procedure, you have the calculation on how this has to happen. So if you go to your pricing procedure, you will have calculation 9 assigned to EDI1 and 8 assigned to EDI2. So if I go and select our pricing procedure, sorry. You can see where EDI1 and EDI2 is present. It will usually be present at the last. See here, the calculation type is having 9 and this is having 8. So this is how it works. Okay, any doubts on this so far?
No, sir.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now let us move ahead with the next concept of taxes. So yesterday when we started with the pricing configuration, I told you that different components of price. So one is the price itself. We have price condition types. Example is PR00 is a price condition type. Similarly, we have another component called discount. We saw what are the different discount components like K005, K007, K029, HB00, RB00. Then we also saw other discounts, right? Like pallet discount, mixed pallet discount. All this we have seen. Then we had something called surcharge. So incomplete pallet surcharge, mixed incomplete pallet surcharge, all this we have seen. Then we have something called freight conditions. So KF00 is an example of freight condition. And then we have something called the tax conditions. So taxes essentially are dependent on the country where you operate. So in India, if you operate, there could be a different tax structure. You cannot use the same tax structure when you operate in United States or in UK or in Europe or in Singapore or Japan. So each country has its own tax structure and SAP has given some flexibility in configuring the tax determination accordingly. So as far as the tax determination goes, there are two set of configurations. One which needs to be done from the SD perspective, sales and distribution perspective, and another from the finance perspective. So now in our pricing procedure, so here if we go to our pricing procedure, which gets determined for our sales order. In our sales order, for example, let us assume our pricing procedure Z or VAGM got determined. So inside this is a pricing procedure for Germany. So here if you go, here you can see slowly if you scroll down, you can see a tax condition type that would be present here. So if for Germany, you see that there is MWST is the output tax that is maintained in this pricing procedure, and it has a requirement called 10, and it has a condition alternate condition based type 44 and account key MW is assigned. Now from where this output tax is coming. So if we go to the, there are three ways in which you can maintain this tax condition record. So you can go to VK11. You also need to maintain tax condition records for this, like how you maintain condition records for pricing or discounts. You need to maintain condition type here. So if you go and put MWST and press enter, you have three different options. One is domestic taxes, one is export taxes, and another is based on departure country and destination country. So now let us assume that you are selling within the country. So within Germany, for example, if you are selling, you will select domestic taxes. And when you want to maintain this, you have to maintain under the country. So it is domestic tax. So within Germany, for example, means you maintain DE as the country. You have something called tax indicator of customer and tax indicator of the material. So the first one is the tax indicator of the customer. So from where this will come? Now we will go to the customer master VD03 and we can open our customer. So we can select this. Now if you go to sales area data, here you can go to billing documents. Here you can see that the country they are maintained different. So here if you go to DE, they have maintained it as 1. 1 means it is liable for tax. So we don't have any other options. We will see if we have any other options. So 0 we have 1. 1 means it is liable for tax. So the tax relevancy indicator for this customer is 1. So we will maintain 1 as the tax relevancy indicator whenever you are trying to sell to this customer. Now tax classification of the material. So we can go to our material. For example, can go to MM03, give our material AT D21 for example I am giving. You can select all plant, we can give. So if we go to sales org 1 view, here you again see the tax classification. So if you select the country Germany, you have already maintained it as full tax. So which is 1. So now this is the tax relevancy indicator. There are other options also. No tax, full tax, half tax, low tax rate. Now let us consider 1 which is maintained here. So the tax relevancy indicator of the material is also 1. Now we will put the amount. So we'll put some 10%. Now then we have something called tax code here. Tax code will appear only here. It will appear only when you go and attempt to create condition records for taxes. So tax code is very important. Tax code will come from FI finance. So you can go here and you can put tax code. You can give some tax code. Something you can give. So 1 with 10% we need to give. 15% domestic output tax. Okay, so this tax code is maintained with 15% tax. So we maintain it as 15 here. Then now we can save this condition record. You can maintain validity and you can save. So this is how you create a tax condition record. But what are the underlying settings? You have seen from where this tax classification comes. First is the customer master and next is the material master. And then you have something called the tax code. We will see from where we get the tax code. And then we will see other components of this tax determination. Now, where are the settings for this tax? Now, if we go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG, you can go to sales and distribution, basic functions, pricing control, sorry. Go to basic functions, taxes. So here these are the configurations that you must do for setting up the taxes. So first define tax determination rules. So tax determination rules are nothing but the tax categories. So tax category essentially means the condition types. So these are the condition types that are relevant for tax. So now what is our country? We are looking at DE. So for DE, you see that MWST is the tax category or the tax condition type. So one country can have many tax categories or tax condition types that would be required. So in those cases, you can use this sequence to maintain multiple tax categories. Now for Canada, you see there are 3 tax categories. So they have used this sequence. 1, they have maintained with this tax category, 2 with this, and 3 with this. And similarly for India also, or for US, you will have multiple tax categories. So for example, if you go to tax country India, see there are here also they have maintained only 1. So for example, for Mexico, they have maintained 2 tax categories. So tax category essentially means the tax condition types. So you can create your new entry in case if they are creating a new tax condition type, you can create your new entry. So now for Germany, you see there is only 1 entry. So now define regional codes. So within the country, you will have something called the states, and within the states, you will have cities. So that is what it means by county and city. So define county code. So this is already enabled automatically. So in case of Germany, for example, let us take country Germany. There they have not maintained this country here or what? Yeah, they have not maintained here this country, but still you can see like for Great Britain, they have maintained these are the regions, and they don't maintain any county here. So for US also, you can see that there are many regions. So India also, you will have many regions. Each state is considered as one region. So in case if they add a new state, like how they added Andhra and Telangana like that, Uttarakhand, all these new states they added, right? So they can keep on adding the regions, and within that region they can add the county codes. So for this region, for example, for Maharashtra is one region, and within that region you can have Mumbai, Pune, Thane, like that you can have many counties. So this is the important configuration. And then we can go to assign delivering plants for tax determination. So from which plant the material is being shipped out is relevant for the taxes. So this configuration we have already seen during the plant configuration. So that is what will come here. So 1200 is our plant, for example. If I go into details, there you can see all these details that are maintained, the count region, so country key, this region, tax jurisdiction, city code, county code. So these are the information which are relevant for tax calculations. So plant is essentially you need to maintain the plants for tax calculation. Okay, so this configuration you need to do when you create your plant. At that point of time, you need to create all this information that are specific for tax determination. So this we have seen. Now why we are having this plant is only from that plant the material is being shipped out, and that plant is liable for this tax. So based on which country it belongs to or which region it belongs to, the tax structure that is pertaining to that particular region or city will be applicable. So next, define tax relevancy of master records. We have already seen that customer taxes and material taxes, where to go and maintain. So for our tax category MWST, what are the different tax classification? It was 0 and 1 for customer. So when we go into the customer master, we saw these 2 options only, right? When against D, we saw these 2 options. Do you remember? If you go to VD03, again I am showing you for this customer. If you go to this here against DE, we saw this tax classifications only 0 and 1. So from where this is coming? It's coming from here. Are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now similarly for material we saw 0, 1, 2, 3. So where it is coming? Here it will be maintained for material taxes MWST. Here you see 0, 1, 2, 3. when we went into the material, we saw all these 4 options. So if you go into the material here, we see all these 4 options. So it is coming from this configuration, maintain tax 11C indicator. So from here, these options are coming. So this is all about the tax procedures. So now here, maintain sales tax identification number determination. So inside the sales order, you will have the sales tax identification number that is getting determined. So if you go to, you are creating a sales order, right? So here, if you go to billing document, here sales tax identification, sales tax, maybe it will come from the billing document. Yeah, so once the billing is generated, we can see the sales tax identification there. So for example, let us try to look at any other billing documents. So we have created. Let's look at this billing document. You can go to header. So here you have this VAT registration number, which is nothing but the sales tax identification number. So how to determine this VAT registration number? Here we will maintain the rules. For our sales are 1000. We have not maintained any rules here, which means that it will use the default rules. So what are the different rules we can maintain determining the VAT registration number? According to priority rule, A means it will be taken from the sold to parties VAT registration number. B means it will be from the payer. C, according to priority rule, destination country from ship to party. So based on these rules, the VAT registration number would get picked up in the billing document. So in our case, it is blank, which means it is picking up based on the preset conditions or the priority rules. So that is how the VAT registration number or the sales tax identification number is getting determined. This is all about the tax configuration in SD part. So once this is done, you have seen that while creating the tax condition record, we saw one tax code which needs to be maintained, which tells us what is the percentage of tax. So where we maintain tax code, you can go to financial accounting global settings, taxes on sales and purchases, basic settings. See here you have other options of creating the tax codes and all. So you can here go to check calculation procedure. So here you can see there is a separate tax determination procedure that would be created in FI. So that is also based on our condition technique. So this will be created by FI. So they also have the same steps of access sequence, condition type and procedures. So let us check the tax procedure for Germany. So now, for example, this is the tax determination procedure for Germany, tax D. So inside this tax D, we will have the Germany related tax conditions or the tax categories or the condition types. So these are the different condition types that are relevant for this tax determination procedure in Germany. And then this tax procedure will be assigned to the country. So that is what it means here, assign country to calculation procedure. So here for Germany, you have this procedure DE, it will be assigned here. Similarly for other countries as well. So this is a configuration at the FI level. So define calculation. All these are more specific to FI. So fiscal codes, provincial tax code. So almost all these settings is very much relevant for FI. So here if you go to calculation, define tax codes. So here only for which country you wanted to, for DE, you can see the tax codes. So these are the tax codes that are generated for DE. You can also create your own tax code according to your country. So we can go here. So here from here only we got that 15%. So here they have maintained the tax percentage rate as 15%. So in the FI, this relevant condition is MWAS. In SAP, in SD, it is MWS. So this is the account key, and this is the condition type to the output tax. So here you see the configuration. Country key DE, tax code is A1, and tax determination procedure is tax D. Tax type is A, which is output tax. So these are the settings that are specific for tax in FI. So tax codes will be created by FI consultants. So you need not worry about that. They will create the tax code and the percentage of taxes they will maintain. We need to use that tax code in our tax condition record creation. So this is about the tax determination in SAP sales and distribution process. So any doubts or queries on this tax determination?
No, sir.
Okay. How about others? Saurabh,
No, sir.
No, sir.
Kuldeep?
Krant.
No, sir.
Okay, speak up, guys. If you don't speak, you will not be able to raise your concerns. Okay, so any other doubts you have on whatever we covered so far today? We can discuss that before we close for today. We have covered a lot of concepts today, so you can use your next 2 days and you can try to learn all these things. And Monday, I think we can start with pricing agreements and rebates. So today we have covered this and we have completed the taxes. Okay, so let me know if you have any doubts or any specific areas which you wanted to cover.
Sir, in unit 3, let me share you my screen. See, sir. In the create condition table, we have to maintain some our new condition name here, and in this value, in this field, copy from condition. Which type of details here we have to put?
You can copy from another condition table, like if you are creating a condition table, for example, you give some, for example, 922 as the table name. You can give the namespace from 900 to 999. So you put the table as some 922 and see if that name is existing or someone has already created. So that you can give and copy from. You can check any other condition table you already have which you wanted to copy. So that you can, that is based on your own discretion. There is no hard and fast rule that always you need to copy from another table. So you just give some name of the table like 922, you give there and see if that name exists, and then you press enter. It will take you to the next screen where you can select the fields and you can create your own condition table.
Okay.
It's not that
Because
always you need to copy from one table. Copying means that same condition, that same fields will come to your table. In that you want to make any modifications, you can do. That is up to you. But you can also create it from scratch also. From beginning, you can create your own condition tables.
so why I'm asking to you, because when I go through the solution, uh, what they have said is enter the condition table number that was created by your instructor. That's why I'm asking to you.
Okay, this system I am not using, right? So I have not created anything. But what you can do is you just enter 922 in that table. No, not there. Go to the
Here,
top.
here
There's a
they
tab.
have mentioned enter 7 and double hash. 7 and
Enter.
enter.
And in copy from condition, you give some 901. Enter. See, already 901 it is copying. 901 is having this sales org, distribution channel, sold to party and region. So it has copied the same fields. So now you can, if you want to remove any fields and add your new fields, you can do that. Or if you are okay with this, you can go and generate this table.
Okay, fine, sir.
Yeah, you know how to generate, right? Copy from condition, you give 901. Give 901. And the next screen, your table will get created with all these fields in the left hand side. Okay. Now if you want to create your table, you click on that generate button, which is at the top, red and white. There is one button. Yeah, that if you click, it will generate the table. Enter. Give some, go to F4. Click F4. Enter. Enter. So just scroll down. Scroll down. Completely scroll down. Keep scrolling.
At the bottom.
Go to some package related to pricing or SD related some package. Just go to the little more top. Yeah, you can use that. Come down. Come down. Scroll down. Scroll down.
This is.
No, just scroll down. Scroll down completely. Yeah, give that ZBC test one is there, right? Yeah, ZBC 400 test. Yes, just select that and press enter. Save. Now you create your own transport and you can save it. Yeah, create request. You can save it.
Okay, I will save it.
Okay.
Yeah. And sir, that customer problem which
open that customer.
Yeah, okay.
You give the title. What happens after you give the title?
I have shown you.
It will go to incompletion, is it? Then go to that incompletion and complete it.
But what number?
Yeah, it is asking for a contact person, right? You give your name. That's all. You are the contact person for that customer. That's all.
But sir, day before yesterday, the field is not there. Means I don't know.
Someone like you has created. That's all. it is not that only Vivek is working in SAP, right? There are many other guys
Yeah.
also working. So they will create something like that, and then you need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give
But
your name as contact person, or to give some number, or test you give some test you give name. Yeah, enter. So what it says? Partner function
numeric.
number numeric. Okay, give
Right.
new 00 or new 100. You give something like that. NEU space 100. Enter. New 100 partner has not been created. So scroll and put F4 there. What partners are there with this partner function? We will select F4. Enter. No, you remove that customer and enter. Select any partner, whichever you feel like. Yeah. Enter. 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 Yes, saved. That's all.
But sir, how it is made mandatory means there are only
Sorry.
four that partner function which I can, yeah, see
Yeah, what
this
it has
CP
done
function.
is, yeah, it has they've added this partner function to the partner determination procedure, which is used by this account group. So if you go to that SPRO in partner determination procedure, you can go to the partner determination procedure, for example, AG. And inside that AG, the CP will be there, and there they might have made it mandatory. This is the same configuration which we discussed yesterday, right?
Yeah,
Setup
but there
partner
is no CP present at all.
No. Select AG. Now go to that second folder, partner functions in procedure. Yeah. It is there, no? Third
Yeah,
entry itself is there.
CP. Okay. But I didn't. But
What,
I,
Vivek?
sir,
You are an SAP
sir,
consultant and you
no
are
sir,
not searching
I
properly.
I didn't select this AG button. Okay.
Then
Yeah. Now I got it.
you should search properly. Otherwise, you will not find it. Okay. You are already become an SD consultant. 90% you have become an SD consultant. So you should know how to navigate, where to search, what to search. Everything you should know. This all comes by practice. So you spend more time on the system. There is no agenda like you should go and search this or look at that. Just simply go log into the system. Take something like, for example, partner determination or incompletion. Take something and keep on scrolling and see what are the settings, where it is present, how to go in there, and what details are there. Simply, then only you will have some learning. Say today, for example, you go to delivery document type. So today you learn delivery document type. Go select LF. So what are the fields? What are the values for possible values for those fields? What are the significance for those fields? So like that you can learn. So today you got some interest to know where the number ranges are getting generated. So go and look into those configurations. Okay, it is not that there has to be some exercise, there has to be some question, then only you will go and answer. It's not like that. You just on your own, you should be able to go and look for all these things. Then only you will understand and you will be in a better position to handle the interview questions and certifications.
Yes, sir.
You should become self motivated or self learning. So you should adapt to that kind of a scenario. You should not expect someone to give you a question and you go and look for the answer. You should create the question and you should create the answer. So
Okay.
that should be how you should work, and then only you will become a consultant. Otherwise you will become an end user. So end user, they will do whatever they wanted, they have given, they will do that. That's all. They will not go beyond that. So if you want to become a consultant, you should be having the urge to explore things on your own. You should go and see where these things are, how it is configured, why they have given like this. So taxes means from where this 15% tax is coming. So you should have that kind of a fire to understand where this is coming from, why it is coming. So these kind of things you should ask. So when you enter a sales order, why it is always opening in overview screen? Why can't it open in header directly, or why can't it open in item directly? So that things you should think, and you should see where the settings are placed and from where it is coming. All these things you should be able to explore. Then only you will find the answers. This not only applies to Vivek, all of you. So you should go and search on your own. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay. So any other questions from anyone?
One thing, sir. I think we have discussed about the EDA. I
Hmm.
think IDOC is pending, I guess, or both
That
are
we
same.
will deal with during the output determination. Kuldeep.
Okay. Okay, sir.
EDI is nothing but electronic data interchange. So EDI generates IDOCs. So IDOC,
Okay.
how IDOC looks like, what is the structure of an IDOC, how we can send IDOC from our system. All this we will look at when we look at the output procedure and output types. So how incoming IDOC, what it will do, what an outgoing IDOC will do. All this we will discuss. What are the message types for IDOC? What are the basic type? What is logical message? All these things we will discuss in outputs.
Okay, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Anything else?
In PSCM 60 part 2 in the unit 9 is remaining.
What is that unit 9?
Scale scenario.
Sales scenarios,
Sales.
you should explore that on your own. Sales scenarios is nothing but sales to employee, how you make sales to employee, how you set up a bill of materials, that only, right? That I already discussed, right? So they are the scenarios that they have provided, and you should be able to do it on your own. There
Okay.
is nothing new in that we have already covered. Bills of material scenario means we have already set up the bills of material, right? CS01 transaction. So you can adapt to that and you can do that. That is nothing new in that. It's just a scenarios they have listed down. You just go through that. Maybe if you have any specific doubts, then maybe we will discuss it. No problem. But that usually you should be able to understand that, because we have already covered that kind of scenarios. They will have only some sales to employee scenarios or sales to, for bill of materials. That's all. Okay.
Yes, sir. Fine.
Okay, so if there is nothing, then maybe we can close the call and we can connect on Monday. You can take these 2 days and try to complete all the pending exercises. So from Monday, we will start with the next concepts of price agreements, rebates, and billing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sure.
thank you for joining today. So wishing you all a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. So we will connect back on Monday. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good
Thank
day
you,
to
sir.
you.